Ha ha ha, we finally found her. Admiral Alonso, her ship's in range of our cannons. Excellent. Prepare to fire concussion shells on my command, but avoid hitting her ship directly. We need her alive so we can question her. Fire! Your Excellency, the girl has been knocked unconscious, but she's unharmed. She's been taken aboard our ship. Ha ha ha, the Empress will be very pleased with me. I'm sure to be rewarded. Rather handsomely, I might add. What? Where did that come from? It sounded like an explosion. Status report, now! The lower hull has been hit. Someone is attacking us. Attacking us? Who would dare attack a vessel of the Imperial Armada? There's a small ship hiding in the clouds off the port side. That flag. Air pirates! Air pirate scum! Don't you know we're Valuan Imperial soldiers? Of course I know. That's why we attacked your ship. You guys had the best stuff. I'm Vice of the Blue Rogues, and in a few minutes, I'll be relieving you of all your valuables. Heh, attacking us by yourself? You're either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. We'll be tossing you overboard. Wait for me! Vice, you left without me? I'm not gonna let you have all the fun. Oh hi, I'm Aka. I'm a blue rogue like Vice, and we're robbing you. You dare mock the Valuan Empire with your insolence? Kill them and toss their corpses over the side. Hello fellow gamers, Kevin J 2010 here, welcoming you to a brand new LP of Skies of Arcadia. Man, I'm excited to do this game because this is probably one of my all-time favorite games. And this isn't just an LP, this is also a re-LP. I've done this LP before and it was really bad because it was my first LP. So you know what, I'm going to redo it. Now before we get super into this game, I'm just going to explain the different things you can do from the battle screen because it started us off right in a battle. Naturally, every turn you'll be started at the neutral of attack. And attack is what you think it is, you attack. It's just your basic attack. You hit them and they take damage. But starting from the top, you have run, which in a regular RPG, you can run away from a battle. You can use an item here, which you can also use this section for equipping new items. As you can see, Vice here, who is our main character, has a cutlass equipped. Guard is your simple defense. S move is your special attacks. We have an attack here called Cutlass Fury, which is kind of hard to read, but it's Cutlass Fury. Then you have magic for when you know magic attacks, and focus. And focus increases that bar at the top, which is known as our spirit meter. I'll explain more of how the spirit meter works a little bit more later, I should say. But for now, all we can really do is just attack. So we're going to attack these two soldiers. And as I was saying, this is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know why. It's just a game that I've beaten so many times just because it's a game I can just play like all the time, and I don't know why. I just can, and it's fun. You'll notice here that Aka has no S moves yet, or special moves. We'll explain how to get more of those as we get them, because luckily this game doesn't have much of a tutorial system, but a lot of it is shown to you.
That was easy.
Yes, it was quite easy, because that was the first fight in the game. And we get, as you can see here, we get two things. We get experience and magic experience. Magic experience helps us learn spells, and I'll explain how that works a little bit more as we get going. And we got gold. It was all at the top there. There's no point in resisting. Throw down your weapons and hand over your ship. Imbeciles! What do you two think you can do against the 5 of us? Take them out! Oh yeah, we have guns, by the way. I think you miscounted. I only see 4 of you. Dad! We'll take care of these guys. Make your way to the bridge and shut down the engines. And when you're out here, remember, it's Captain, not Dad. Got it? Yeah. Aye, aye, Captain. Hey, Aka, shall we go introduce ourselves to the captain of the ship? I'm ready when you are. Alright, let's go find the bridge.
Let's go!
This game is like semi-voice acted. It's weird, because it's not even like, you know, like a Tales game where there's some voice acting here and some voice acting there. This game is like, we'll just throw in random voice acting. In the game that's mainly text. As you can see here, we got a Sakri crystal. X brings up the status menu, by the way. Sakri crystal will heal 500 HP to 1 ally. It's alright. Quick thing to explain is stats, because this is going to be a very explanation-filled episode. As you can see, pointing at this, or right next to the names of these characters, this is Vice and Aka. You can see you have HP and MP. MP is your magic power. That's how many times you can use a magic spell. And HP is how much health you have. Attack is how much base attack you have. You have to actually go into them here. This is the more explained stats. You have max HP, max MP. Spirit is how much spirit you'll gain when you focus. And max spirit is how much spirit that character adds to the top. As you saw at the beginning, we had 8 at the top. It said out of 8, 2 out of 8. That's because in between every turn, your spirit goes up by the number of spirit that is there for each character. So both of them have 1, as you can see. So they both added 2 every turn. Well, they both added 1, which means every turn we got 2 more spirit to the bar at the top. But if you focused, you'd get 1. And max spirit is how much they add to the top. So as you saw, we had 8. So our max spirit is 8, because 4 plus 4 is 8. Anyway, power is your base attack. Vigor is your base defense. Will is your base magic. Agility is your percentage on getting critical hits, which is kind of weird, which is agile, I should say. And quick is your speed. So as you can see here, Aka's is much more agile and has more quick, which makes her faster. She's more of your fast character. And as you can see here, you'll notice that the attack and defense stats are slightly different than the vigor stats, and there's a magic defense. Those are after you apply the items to it. So as you can see, my power here is 23, but if you go into my equipment, my cutlass adds 20, because it says AT, which is attack, which is 20, and Vice's uniform adds 20 to defense and 20 to magic defense. It's kind of a weird system, and I know I'm explaining a lot, but that's basically how it works, and that's how all the stats work in this game. Anyway, so let's just keep heading on here. We now have control of Vice, as you can probably guess. The joystick moves you around. A button is to interact with things like a door, and start button puts the thing in the corner there, the overhead map. So yes, we are here on a Valuan ship. We're gonna go see the captain right now. So let's go find him. Well, air pirates have decided to infest my ship. I am Alfonso, cherished son of Valua's most distinguished family, and an admirer of the Imperial Armada. Normally, lowlifes such as yourself would have never have the opportunity to bask in such greatness. Consider yourselves fortunate. Yeah, right. Who's the girl? I never thought someone of your stature would stoop to kidnapping. Ha! You're very observant for a rogue. However, I cannot waste my time dealing with you. I simply must get going. I think I shall have you exterminated like the pests you are.
Dispose of them.
And we get into another battle, gratuitous other battle here. So we're going to want to take care of this. I will point out right now, this LP is generally going to consist of episodes that are 20 minutes or more. I'm going to do it now because this game is quite long. It is one of your longer RPGs, and I want to get a little head start on finishing it rather quickly, so I'm going to aim for about 20-minute episodes, or just, you know, good times to end it overall. So there might be some longer, there might be some shorter. I'm sure my computer's going to hate me for it, because I'm going to have a lot of really long renders. And there we go, there's a critical hit right there. I do like how critical hits have a different animation. So that's pretty good. And there we go, we defeated those soldiers. And it's pretty easy. And yes, Aka, that was indeed fun. Alright, and we got a level up, which you see our increase in max HP is close to 100, and all our stats increase. And our quick. Agility doesn't go up very often. And Aka got a rank up in green magic, which she got a sacred. Ooh, we got a moonberry. Now that is something very rare, and we got really lucky that we got that. A moonberry is actually what you use to learn more S moves. Now there is one, there are a few that you get throughout the game, specifically from like 100% of the time an enemy will drop it, like generally boss fights. But we got lucky this time, and it turns out that we managed to get one from a random encounter, and that's really lucky because now we have a moonberry. As you see, you come to super move, and you go in here and you say learn super move or learn S move, and we're going to teach Aka Alpha Storm, which is her first super move. It's an okay move. Her super moves are generally better for taking on, random enemies who are a little bit weaker, because she generally likes to hit everyone. But they're weaker attacks. Anyway, as you can see here, we learned a magic spell that's Sakri. What you can do is, the reason why we learned that move is because her weapon is green, and by her weapon being green, at the end of every battle, her magic experience goes up based on which color her weapon is. Since her weapon was green, she's getting magic experience to her green magic. Now, because she specifically has it equipped. I can never say that word. Like, I always screw it up. But because she has a green item equipped, which you can come in and you can switch it here. We can only switch it to green or red for now. Because it's set to green, she's getting double because she has it equipped specifically. And if anyone in your party has it, you get ×1. So she's also getting 1 experience, like 1 times the magic experience into red and 2 times the magic experience into green. Hopefully I explained that decently, because I'm probably confusing myself at the same time. Anyway, so we're gonna want to continue up here. I believe there's a chest around here we can pick up. Maybe not over here. I think it's over here, maybe. Camera. You can use the C stick to fix the camera. Nope. Okay. I apologize for lying to you, sort of. When you get over here, you see Alfonso over there. What? How did you defeat my soldiers? If you want my ship that badly, you can have it. I'll get another. I'm very busy. I do not have time to deal with you personally. Now, if you'll excuse me. And he runs off into that door. So you know what we should do? We should go into that door. And we got into a random encounter. As you can probably guess, because this is an RPG, we are definitely going to do our best to cut out a lot of the random battles. So, if any of you are like, oh, I don't like these games with all the random battles and the stuff, I'm going to cut out a lot of them later in the game. But because this is the first episode, you should understand the fighting mechanics a little bit. Whenever I do something new, like show off a certain S move, which is one of the reasons why I'm showing this fight, I will definitely take the time to show you. So I'm just going to attack the soldier, and you're going to use Alpha Storm, which takes up 4 SP. So as you can see in the top, we have 4 SP out of 8. That's because it's been 2 turns, and every turn, each character put in their 1 spirit. That is their spirit stat. So now that's why 2 turns, they both added 1 each. So that's 2 plus 2 is 4. We now have enough to use Alpha Storm, which costs 4. Generally, the way these moves work is... I'm actually going to go back to Vice for a second. I'm going to attack this guy. And we can attack and Spirit, and it costs a Spirit. Later, we'll start having to actually, like, plan our attacks based on our Spirit, and you're going to be focusing, you're going to be doing stuff like that. But for now, that is basically how Spirit works. And Vice is going to take out that guard, and hopefully Aka can use Alpha Storm, and there she goes. So this is a super move. It gets a nice, really cool designed attack, and it did a lot of damage and took them both out. That's actually one of the weaker moves, but as I said, it's better for super moves. Her super moves are better on the random encounters, as I said. So, and Vice ranked up in red magic, which he now knows Pyre. So Pyre is a very good move to learn. It is our first instance of red magic. That's actually a damaging spell. I didn't explain that Sacri, as you know from the Sacri Crystal, is the spell that goes along with it. It heals 500 HP to one ally. I was about to say ally, which is a brawl player. There's the chest I was thinking about. Hopefully I don't get into a random battle. And we got 50 gold, so that's good. That's money. I've been playing a lot of Tales games recently, so I'm afraid I'm going to accidentally say gold one of these times, but I'm not going to. Not going to. I own like 4 Tales games, haven't beaten any of them, and I'm very ashamed. But yes, as I was saying, I definitely do plan to change that. I'll definitely beat some Tales games, hopefully throughout this project, and you might hear a little bit about it. And when we come in this door, this is where Alfonso went. We got 2 magic droplets. Those increase MP, or not increase it, but restore it, I should say. So I'm going to save here. I'm saving to slot B. You can see all my save files. These are all beaten files. That beat the game, that beat the game, that beat the game. As you can see, that one took me 46 hours. So there you go. This is a recent playthrough I haven't completed, actually. I'm going to save on file 6. And we're on the Valuan battleship. That's cool. I always used to pronounce it Valua, or Valuan. I don't know. It sounded right to me because it kind of looks like value. Anyway, we're going to come outside, and here's our first instance of some of this game's epicness. We're going to hop on this ladder here, and we're going to start climbing down, and man, I don't know. Just this is the first shot in the game where you really realize, you never realized you were in this gigantic airship. And they did a really good job of showing that. Like, there were the cannons, and there's the sky below us, which is a cool concept for this game of, like, flying ships and stuff. Your Excellency, the sun is up and visibility is good. The preparations for your escape have been completed. Good work. I have finished my preparations as well. Preparations to dispose of a traitor. What? Please, Your Excellency, what are you doing? I cannot tell the Empress that I lost my ship to the air pirates in a fair fight. I'm going to need a scapegoat, and you'll do quite nicely. To keep my glorious reputation from being tarnished, you must be sacrificed. No, you can't do this. Ah! Even in death, he'll serve me well. I can't wait to tell the Empress. But Empress, my own vice captain betrayed us and allowed the air pirates on board. I could do naught but dispose of the traitor myself. So this is how Valua treats its people? What? Now that we've taken control of your ship, we'll be taking the girl as well. There's just one more thing I need to do. After seeing you killing on our man in cold blood, I can't allow you to walk away from this. Draw your blade, Alfonso. Ha! An uncivilized rogue such as yourself wants to challenge me? You aren't worth my effort, but perhaps you'd like to meet one of my pets. Come, Antonio. What the crap is that thing? He's my personal war beast. I was gonna leave him here, but it seems I found a use for him after all. Antonio, trample the pests and make their deaths as painful as possible. And here we go, taking on the first boss in the game, Antonio. Basically a war beast. It's just a beast with armor. Kind of looks interesting. Being the first fight in the game, it's quite easy. Basically what you're going to want to do is essentially just straight up attack. There's nothing really hard about it, just attack. If you need a heal, just keep an eye on your health. It's really simple in reality. He does... I will point out that there are elements in this game. Characters are element-based, and there are weaknesses and stuff like that. That is all something I'll go into as it happens. You've probably noticed that it's gone now, but there are stats on the screen for the bosses, which is cool. Hopefully, they follow all the same... they follow all the same rules as our characters do, and as you can see, he's already down to like half his health, and this is a special attack, Thunder of Fury. Ow! So, alright, we might want to heal up here, so I'm just going to use a Sacred Crystal with Vice, and there's no point in focusing, so you can just attack, I guess. There we go. You may have noticed when I used Alpha Storm, this game is kind of like Chrono Trigger in the way that it's based on where the enemies are standing. The attacks will hit other characters and stuff like that. As you may have noticed with Thunder of Fury, if we were standing in a line, we would have been hit by it. But luckily, Vice and Aka are standing a fair distance apart, so they won't both get hit by Thunder of Fury. But it could work that way, and with Alpha Storm, it hits like a radius in front of Aka, which is why I killed the other guy with Vice, because Aka could hit the other two, but not that one. So, anyway, we're going to use Cutlass Fury, though, because I'm sure anyone who's played this game before is probably like, you gotta at least show that attack. So here we go. And there we go. It's not that strong. It's stronger than Alpha Storm, actually. But I believe, I could be wrong with this, I have an odd feeling that Antonio actually resists fire magic, because changing the color of your weapons also changes the element of your character. So by Vice using red, he is technically red element right now. Red is basically your fire element. Green is basically your grass element. Again, it will all make more sense as we start to get more colors, and I'll explain when we get more colors and stuff. The game explains a lot of it itself. You may have noticed the music's changed here because the music is quite cool in the fact that it changes with the tide of the battle. This is one of the first games I ever noticed it in, but I do know that a lot of games have done it in the meantime, like Pokemon's even done it now. There we go. We defeated Antonio, the first boss of the game. Not hard at all. I'd be quite surprised to know if you lost on it, although I have lost on it. I remember once as a kid. And in case you're wondering where you can get this game or where can you play it if you're interested, this is actually the GameCube version. It's called Skies of Arcadia Legends. Find it on eBay, Amazon, wherever. And as you can see, we got a Moonberry. This is the Moonberry I was talking about, that every time you do this fight, you will get a Moonberry. We just got lucky the first time. Bah! Perhaps there is more to you than meets the eye, Transformers. Well, Vice the Blue Rogues, you were rude this day, the day you stood against the Valuan Empire. We shall meet again. And he gets on his escape boat, and he flies away. You coward! What kind of commander sacrifices his own men and his ship to run from a fight? Well, even though he was a coward with gold. True, I suppose that the ship and everything on it officially belongs to us now. We haven't had a catch this big for quite some time. The people back home are gonna be impressed. And look at this girl. I've never seen anyone dressed like that before. You're right. She sure doesn't look like she's from around here. I wonder why Valua was trying to kidnap this girl in the first place. I wonder where she's from.